Hey everyone, my name's Brennan. I'm going to be discussing with you guys creativity in the workplace. So, basically nowadays, since there's so much competition in certain industries, there's so many different companies are coming up with ideas for the same kind of thing. Whether it's the entertainment industry, companies competing against each other to come up with new shows, new movies, new cartoons, stuff like that. Electronic industries, Apple and Microsoft competing against each other, Google competing against pretty much any other search engine, social networks even competing against each other. Companies got to they need to bring in a new creative, fresh insight along with highly skilled employees to kind of bring in some fresh outside of the box thinking. I guess you could say so. Understandably so, past motivational techniques in the business field have been, bonuses, money, money, money. Money was and still pretty much is pretty much the motivation for most people. Money's essential. Money's essential to buy things. It's essential. We need it for food, clothes, water. Like shelter. We people need money to live. So it's a necessary commodity. So it's understandably so. Companies offer bonuses for employees coming up with new products or finding fixes for new programs or coming up with new ideas. Pretty much anything. And rightfully so, people want to earn these bonuses because they want to bring in more money, gives them more disposable income, allows them to meet their financial obligations and stuff like that. So, um, going through the different sources and videos that I saw while researching this topic, I've come across quite a few times that it's not money isn't always necessarily an effective motivator for people. When it's a pretty straightforward task, a rudimentary task, go pretty much follow a specific set, follow some guidelines, and it'll take you somewhere. Complete a simple objective. People tend to do a lot better with when there's higher rewards. You know, greater rewards equals better performance for tasks like that. But when it comes to something that requires more cognitive abilities, I guess you could say, more mental application and creative thinking, money actually surprisingly leads to poor performance. This sum of money that's hanging in front of them, it's pretty much becomes a stressor because now they're constantly hammering away at themselves, trying to force themselves to think of this new idea, think of something, and it's rather just letting it flow naturally because they want that extra sum of money. So, this is when it's pretty much companies have to start integrating more creative approaches, more free willing approaches, and to let their employees apply themselves and express themselves in a way that they're used to. Typically, creativity is thought of as I personally think of creativity as art, theater, music, stuff like that. People like as a I guess a physical way people expressing themselves. But now, even in the business world, it's more widely known as the I think it was the unique and the unique application or expression, I guess, of one's specific specialized or unique skill set to come up with these new innovative ideas or to come up with creative solutions, new products, stuff like that. So it's a quality that eventually gives these employees the real reward that they're seeking in the end, and that actually is recognition. Going through, what one of the main videos I saw, he this guy Danny Pink was talking about the recent studies have shown that people, they yes, they do long and search for money because they need it, but it's the recognition is what people really want. The pat on the back, the recognition from their boss saying, job well done, like you came up with a good idea or like good job on the project, stuff like that. So companies like specifically Google's doing really well in it. You know, they're taking a more creative, open-minded approach to their business, and this is actually attracting the highly skilled, creative. I guess you could say, yeah, the more creative and while highly skilled employees that all the companies are searching for, because they see that a company is taking a more relaxed, less constrained approach to their business procedures and to their organizational structure. So it makes them want to work there. Because if any of you have seen pictures of the Google office, who wouldn't want to work there? And they got stairs, fire poles, and slides instead of like elevators, stuff like that. You can play ping pong or video games on your break. It's free time. You're pretty much working in a giant playground, and it just lets the creative juices flow, and that's why they're constantly coming up with new solutions and stuff that's pretty much keeping them at the top of the market. So this outside the box thinking is ultimately what employers or companies desire from their employees, and giving them the not necessarily full freedom, but guided freedom to express themselves and to apply their creativity is what essentially brings out the engagement that all these companies are seeking from their employees. So yeah, this is how, like, that's exactly how Google brings in all their designers or programmers and stuff like that. They bring in the most highly skilled students and employees from the most prestigious companies and schools, because it's such a creative place to work. And it's not the hardest thing to integrate into a company. It's just pretty much you gotta have a positive and optimistic approach to working with your employees, engaging with each other. More face to face and less, hey, like less check your inbox, check your email, stuff like that. Less going through papers, face to face, communication. You got to be optimistic and positive. You got to give the employees room for mistakes, because when employees have less stress of clearly defined roles and organizational tasks and constraints, it lets these creative juices flow, which essentially produces these unique and innovative and more more effective products, services, and programs. So it's creativity is essentially the future of business. It's going to be the driving force, because with all the competition going on now, you have to have a unique a unique product. It has to be unique in some way. It's that's pretty much the basis. If you want those employees, you gotta have creativity, and if you want those products, you gotta allow them to have room to express themselves, to apply themselves in a way that they feel much more comfortable, in a way that they're more accustomed to. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've found. Creativity leads to more engagement, and the more engagement the workers take into their job, the more enjoyable it is, the better they're going to perform. So I do have a video clip that I could show you guys if you'd like to see it. It's kind of an animated video clip. It's a little too long, so I can show you some parts, but my video is already kind of long enough for the most part. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And yep, thanks for watching.